So you're thinking about moving to Los Angeles? Did you know that a gallon of gasoline on average is $5.11? And that's for regular. Let's not even talk about premium, which is on average about $5.95 a gallon, which is probably what you are going to be using because LA is all about luxury cars. Today, we're going to be talking about the real cost of living of Los Angeles. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Living in Los Angeles. My name is Theus, and I'm a local real estate broker here in LA. I'm born and raised in this city, and my passion is helping people just like you learn more about the city of Los Angeles. Every month, I help all kinds of people from all over the world relocate here to LA. So if you're interested in moving to Los Angeles, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification button so you won't miss any of these educational videos. And if you or anyone you know is interested in relocating to Los Angeles, be sure to reach out. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me, or you can check in the description below and schedule a Zoom call. Today, I'm going to be talking about the real cost of living in Los Angeles. You know, Los Angeles offers so much. It's such a beautiful city, but it's also one of the most expensive cities in the entire United States. And if you're thinking about moving here, it's very important that you understand the real cost of living here. I'm going to be breaking up the cost of living into 6 categories: housing and utilities, food, transportation, childcare, taxes, and sports and entertainment. Now, when you're talking about cost of living, it's very important that you compare it to other places because what's expensive or inexpensive is going to be relative to the individual. Perfect example, I'm born here in Los Angeles. And so for me, it's not an expensive town because this is all I know. But compare that to somebody that may be from, say, Dallas, Texas, where they're going to be freaked out every single day by our daily expenses. Over the years, I have had countless friends that have moved here from other places in the country, and they've never really been able to shake that hometown mindset that they have. Every single day they get caught up on how expensive things are in LA, and they always think back to how cheap things were where they came from. And honestly, most of those people end up moving back to their hometown within 1 or 2 years. Los Angeles is about 52% more expensive than other major US cities. Even though that sounds outrageous, we're still about 17% less expensive than, say, New York or even other cities here in California, such as San Francisco. So it's important, if you want to move to Los Angeles, you need to have a steady high income and a very healthy savings account. At the time of this recording, a single person's expenses in Los Angeles is about $1,450 per month. And a family of 4 is going to spend about $4,500 per month. Now, those figures do not include housing. So even with all the perks of living in Los Angeles, such as amazing weather, awesome food, endless activities, and cultural diversity, the very high cost of living can definitely be a turnoff for a lot of people that are thinking about moving to Los Angeles. So now, let's dive into the first category.
The biggest expense for most people in Los Angeles is housing. Did you know that 65% of most Angelenos are renters? Only 35% of people in Los Angeles even own a home. Go ahead, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts about that statistic. On average, a 1-bedroom apartment here in Los Angeles will run you about $1,900 per month. If you want to own a home, you're looking at about $1.1 million on average here in LA. Now, that does depend on what neighborhood that you're looking in. Let's just say you're comfortable with South Los Angeles. You have homes that go from $600,000 all the way up to $1.8 million versus West Los Angeles, where homes start about $1.2 million and they go all the way up. Now, if you're looking to save some money here in LA, you might want to consider being a roommate or sharing someone's house or apartment. Before I move on to utilities, I want to talk about new construction. Some of you may be considering moving to Los Angeles and building a brand new home. Well, it's very important that you understand the cost of new construction in Los Angeles. which is relatively much higher than other parts of the country. On average, you'll pay about $150 per square foot in most parts of the United States. And that's going to include your labor and your materials. Here in Los Angeles, on average, it's between $200 and $300 per square foot to build a new home. That's something you definitely want to take into mind before you move to Los Angeles and consider building a brand new house.
Utilities are relatively expensive here in Los Angeles. On average, you're going to pay about $200 a month for water, gas, electricity, and sewage for a one-bedroom apartment about 900 square feet. On average, you're going to pay about $100 a month for your cell phone bill, and you definitely want to take into consideration the cost for television, cable, and internet. That's probably going to run you about an extra $100 a month. So transportation is another major expense here in Los Angeles. Most people drive their own cars because the public transportation isn't that great in the city. If you do want to take public transportation, you can buy a monthly pass for about $120 a month. That's going to give you access to all the buses, all the subways, all the rail cars, and they have this new bike service where you can rent a bicycle and ride it around the city. Now, if you plan on being like 90% of Los Angelinos, then you're going to drive your own car. Gasoline prices are the most expensive in the whole United States right here in Los Angeles. It usually ranges between $5 and $6 per gallon. Now, since COVID, we've seen the prices of cars skyrocket. Although I have to say in the last 3 months, we're starting to see that market turn around a little bit. On average, a new car in Los Angeles is going to cost you about $45,000. And a used car is going to cost you about $22,000. Other costs associated with driving here in Los Angeles is going to be your car insurance. On average, you're going to pay about $200 per month for full coverage insurance. Now, there's another really big thing that so many people overlook when they're moving to LA, and that is the cost of parking. Hopefully, wherever you're going to be living is going to offer you ample parking for you and your family. Not every street in LA offers great parking, but that's not even what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is no matter where you're going to have to go, you're going to have to pay for parking, and it adds up. Everywhere you go, I don't care if it's the doctor's office, if it's a lunch date, or if you're just going to the gym, most likely you're going to be paying between $10 to $25 to park your car. There's only one mall in LA that I know of, which is the Westfield Shopping Center in Culver City, or if you're from LA, the Fox Hills Mall, that you don't have to pay for parking. It's definitely something that you need to keep in mind when moving to Los Angeles because it is a monthly expense. Wherever you're visiting, be sure to check with the people that work there to see if they'll validate your parking. It'll save you a couple of dollars and every penny counts. Food is a very interesting topic when it comes to cost of living here in LA. You can literally find anything you want to eat here, from street tacos on every other corner to Michelin star restaurants. On average, groceries are going to cost you about 16% more than they do in the rest of the country. For example, a gallon of milk is going to cost you about $4.50. Bread will cost you about $4. A dozen eggs will run you about $5.50. A pack of beer will cost you about $10, and a pack of cigarettes is about $11.50. You can save yourself some money if you avoid eating at really expensive restaurants. Like I said, it's really all about lifestyle. A value meal at McDonald's will cost you somewhere around $11. If you're eating at like a lower end restaurant, it's probably about $23 per person. Probably like a nice higher end, slightly higher end restaurant will cost two people about $100. And a nice 5-star restaurant is going to be about $300 for two people. Childcare in Los Angeles is significantly higher than the national average. According to a study done by Care.com, it will cost you about $800 per week for a nanny, compared to $600 per week in other parts of the country. Daycare is also significantly higher as well. On average, you'll spend about $300 per week taking your child to daycare, compared to other states where you'll pay about $200 per week. The significantly higher cost of childcare in Los Angeles is definitely a huge financial burden for many families. On average, it will cost you about $17,000 a year to take care of a newborn baby. That's over $1,400 a month. It's very important to understand these numbers before moving to Los Angeles. Now, there are a number of factors that contribute to the high cost of childcare in the city. First of all, because this is a city of 13 million people, there is a lot of children to take care of, but there's a very low supply of childcare providers. Because of the very high cost of living in Los Angeles, childcare providers have to charge much higher prices in order for them to turn a profit. Also, here in Los Angeles, there's a lot of red tape and there's a lot that a childcare provider has to go through to even get their license. So there's not that many of them around. Here in California, we have a state tax of about 13.3%. And here in Los Angeles, we have a sales tax of about 10%. So that definitely makes it a lot more expensive compared to other cities in the US. It's definitely something you want to take into consideration. Personal health and fitness are a huge part of LA culture. And because we have such great weather here in LA, it's very possible that you're going to want to participate in adult sports, and you're definitely going to want to enroll your children in youth sports. On average, and here in Los Angeles, you're going to pay about $750 a year to put your kids in a soccer league, compared to other parts of the country where it's only $600 a year. On average, it's going to cost you about $49 a month if you want to join a 24-hour fitness or a LA Fitness gym, compared to other parts of the country where it's only $20 a month. And if you want to join a CrossFit, you're going to pay about $250 a month, compared to other parts of the country where it's only $150 a month. Los Angeles is a major center for entertainment. As such, you're going to pay a lot more to go to a sporting event here in LA than you will in other parts of the country. For example, a ticket to the Laker game was going to cost you about $100, versus other parts of the country you can get into a game for about $65. Season tickets to the Dodgers will cost you about $3,000 a year, compared to other baseball teams all over the country is about $2,000 a year. There's a few reasons why sports and entertainment are a little bit higher here in Los Angeles. First of all, we have a population of very affluent people here in the city, and they drive up the demand for the cost of those tickets. Also, we have some of the most popular sports team in the whole entire United States, also driving up demand. Nightlife is definitely very expensive as well. Going out to a bar or a club is definitely going to hit your pockets. On average, you're going to spend between $18 to $26 per drink. And let's not forget, they're going to charge you $20 just to get into the place, and you probably are going to want to valet your car. That's about an extra $25. As you can see, the cost of living in Los Angeles is very high. Your quality of life is definitely going to depend on your income level. The higher the income level, the higher quality of life you'll have from a cost of living perspective. If you have any questions about the cost of living in Los Angeles, please feel free to just leave a comment below. Also, be sure to like this video and subscribe if you got any value from it. And remember, if you or anyone you know is relocating to Los Angeles, please feel free to reach out. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me, or you can just go in the description below and you can schedule a one-on-one Zoom call. That's all I got for today, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.